Hey everyone, my name is Surfer2 and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for a new event that came out a week ago, I believe. And as you can tell from the new character that you're seeing right now, this is Barcarola. Barcarola? I think that's her name. Basically, we are now at the event where we are in a cruise ship, I do believe, and one thing that's known that every story, it just gives you a hint of what we're going to be doing next. So in this video, we're going to be doing the event as well. The event story? Sure. Maybe part of it. Absolutely. But I just want to let you know who this character is. I'll show you. Alright. So in this banner here, her name is Barcarola. Barcarola? And from what I could tell, in her big freaking sized instrument, she is a musician, a very unique one. I could tell you that for sure. And I had trying my best to pull for her. It took me about at least 50 tries to get her. And I believe she calls her instrument a crackle box, which is, as you could tell, it's a combination of different freaking instruments, from wind instruments to acoustic instruments and whatever this is, a harp. And I guess we're just going to be doing the first few things of the story. So, I think this is called Last Evenings on Earth. I think this was supposed to be like the feeling when when the people are on the Titanic, maybe. So let's go ahead and click on this video, and as many videos or events, they have a short video. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer of it as we enter the event. So get your popcorns ready, some drink, relax, and enjoy this.
Seriously? You're doing the artificial storm experiment? Here?
Huh?
You're not about to go swimming with my most treasured record, are you?
You must understand, this record is a vital element of the experiment.
And you need to understand that it's a one-of-a-kind relic of rock
What is
and
going on?
roll.
Oh, don't fret. I've taken that concern into account.
Are you made multiple copies?
What?
What?
The closest potential location for the experiment appears to be directly on the route of this cruise ship, the Regulus.
Wow.
My calculations show that we're veering off course. We're accelerating on a southward trajectory.
Iceberg?
These people are fortunate. Born into talent, wealth, and privilege.
Who is she?
Miss Grace, please show us a new
That's
way.
Miss Grace.
What a coincidence. I so happen to have a similar device myself.
A stopwatch.
1999, 2005, 2007.
There is a pioneer who has crossed the storm.
There's a language that transcends all barriers. Please, everyone, hold on to each other and follow the music. And you're going to do the experiment alone?
That's the plan. And if I fail, at least you'll have one more umbrella for the others.
Well, this sounds going to be intense. Huh. Alright, so officially welcome to Last Evenings on Earth. Now that was intense. So we got a couple of new characters. I think that may be Ulrich. This is Barcarola. I'm not sure who she is, but she looks like she's from an island. So let me take a look at this. So we got from the depths of space, which is some other minigame, I believe. And I don't think I can enter because I have to find, what is LEE-23 finding home on the waves unlock? Not sure what that means. Alright, then a series of dusks. Again, some added new expansion, I believe. And today, in this month's and week's anecdote, I believe, or at least a couple of months, is our dear friend Regulus here, where we could get her unique, what was it? what was it? Engrave? Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what they're called. Basically, the things you put on each character to give them a boost of their abilities. And I think this one, Beyond the Coastline, is Barcarola's personal story, which only has 6 days left, and I think I might do it separately. But it's recommended to do it after the story. And let's see, Reveries the Rain, besides the Eclipse, Nukuteao, Building Paradise. And I think that's going to be another new character, I think. But let's just go ahead and enter the event here. I have wasted a lot of time doing the introduction. So, okay, so LEE-23, which is basically this. So it looks like we're on an island here. A message was delivered. Alright. I like the music. The music's gotta be part of it. And I will still admit that they do so hard. Reverse 1999 does so hard with trailers and music. You gotta admit this, guys. You really gotta admit this. Alright. A puddle of water. A void.
When the first proverb appears on the shell, we reach the shores of elsewhere. The island. The upturned palm of Mother Sea.
The once drifting boat now beds itself in the golden sand.
When the second proverb appears on the shell, we kindle the fire, the crackling warmth, the spark of hope.
The joyful people are long blessed as one.
When the third proverb appears on the shell, we accept the sea's gift. The rolling waves, the plentiful fish.
The cool sea breeze cradles us.
When the fourth proverb appears on the shell, we face the test. The salty tears, the longing gaze.
Beyond the sea, I find no home. Beyond the sea, I find no home.
You make a home. That's the problem. That's the solution. So it looks like an islander tribe, I believe. Nukuteo. I think that's how you say it.
You did well today, Tutu.
Thank you, Kamitsa. I was just playing my part in celebrating the success of the trade season. Nothing
Okay,
special,
so
really.
your name is Fatutu. Let me take a good look at you. I really appreciate and love the islander type of design. Like, you could say the shade tattoo, tanned, shell decorations, and wears a lot of flowers, but her hair is a lot messy. Wow, you see some braids, all that. I think this might be a new character as well. I'm not too sure. She might be the second banner character. Maybe. Who knows, right?
But what are we doing here? What could be more important than the celebration?
Oh, and this is the voiced one as well. I love this already.
I've never seen you sneak off on a bonfire night before.
Tutu, do you think you and your friends could fix up that old ship? I know you're close with Toa, Solane, and the rest. They always make sure their first Faust go to you. I'm sure they'd be happy to lend you a hand. And the elders like you too. I've heard many of them say they'll leave their spirit shells to you. So you can win their support too, right?
Whoa, slow down, Big Chief. Are you saying you want to fix up the Quick Spear?
Yeah.
But why? We've kept it docked for years.
Maybe one day we'll need to set sail again. To fish or spend some time on another island.
But the merchants already come by every few months to bring us hollow fruits and red snappers. Why would we need to sail?
Kumuta paces back and forth in front of Fatutu, the words stuck in his throat.
Yeah, but what if a storm hits? Are we just going to sit around and let the waves wash away our homes?
We've been through much worse than a few storms.
She raises her head proudly.
Remember when the waves came and took away Malaga? Heloni cried for days over that little pebble castle. And then that strange oil polluted the water all around Ititi. The only place where the water's calm enough to hold a pow-pow race. We haven't held a race since. Then Miti and Vaipuna, but we've made it through. Because that's what we do in the face of difficulties, right? We stick together. Besides, we're doing just fine on Melly.
But what if we lose Melly to the waves as well? If it comes to that, Tutu, I need you to take everyone and leave. Find somewhere to stay for a while. Can I ask that of you?
Fatutu's brow furrows.
You've been acting strange, brother. Are you thinking of sneaking off and leaving us?
I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
Neither are the rest of us, brother.
No. You must get ready. Start preparing now.
I feel like you know something's coming up, yeah? Komuto's unusual behavior leads Fatutu to make a bold guess.
Something's been bothering you since last trade season. You've been spending a lot of time at the beach, looking out to the sea. Did a witch put a spell on you? You better wear some malacca around your neck, and carry nip bones and doll sleeves.
No. There's no witch. It's just something Miss Grace told me.
Really?
It's been bugging me.
Miss Grace. If I remember correctly, Miss Grace was part of the Apostles' Brotherhood, I think. Maybe. Not Manus Fidete. I think Manus Fidete, but I think another faction of the Manus Vindicte, or the Apostles' Brotherhood. Maybe. Yep. He's been influenced, alright.
Miss Grace? That outsider who calls herself a captain?
With the singing of the Nukutai, the trade festival slowly comes to an end. On the beach, the Nukutai bid farewell to their guests in twos and threes, enjoying this rare moment of leisure.
I don't mean to alarm you, Mr. Kamuda.
Okay. Gorgeous as always, and the blue. Like the Apostles' Brotherhood or Manus Vitae, there's always a hint of blue with their outfits here. And I thought she was the one woman that was supposedly what Argus has been searching for, maybe, but it was not her, which is weird. Her name was mentioned in the last event, something about the Haunted Motel of Route 77, I think?
But 3 months from now, Melly will be devoured by a tsunami.
She stands nonchalantly, as if discussing something insignificant.
Miss Grace, don't say such nonsense. You're welcome as a guest, but that doesn't give you the right to spread fear among my people.
What if I told you that the sinking of Malaga and Vaipuna wasn't entirely caused by the tsunami? But there were other factors at play.
She's sowing discord or doubt, right? Or the truth.
It is true that the tsunami sent them into the sea. But long before it struck, foreign military forces had been eyeing the islands for their strategic value.
Is she talking about Xeno?
Those rumbling sounds, they weren't thunder?
They were torpedoes launched by humans.
You're kidding me. She presents a thick document in her hand.
And I have some unfortunate news regarding them.
How does she get her hands on them? Komuto grabs the cold, impersonal stack of white paper.
The area is now under martial law. Any development plans for the region should be revised accordingly. These coordinates, they cover Nukuteao.
Is that okay? So I've pronounced it Nukuteao. I didn't think I pronounced that wrong.
After a brief investigation, they concluded that your home is an unoccupied area suitable for their weapon testing.
If I remember correctly, military used to figure out if islands are uninhabited or not, and they just start blasting. I mean, rumors, right?
It won't be long before they publish a report on this new test site and receive their rewards for discovering it.
Yeah.
The veil of nothingness was cast by our ancestors to protect us from the outside world. I never thought it would put us at risk.
Yeah, because there is no... If it's a veil of nothingness that literally covers their entire island, like, oh, there's nothing there. There's no sign of civilization. We're probably safe, right? But no, but to some other people, they think if there's nothing there, then we have the right to claim it and then test our weapons on it. Start blasting nuclear bombs on it. And a whole other things. Man, their way of safety has backfired.
As chief, I must bring this to the attention of my people. Perhaps it's time we remove the mist. But without it, we'll draw all kinds of attention.
Kamuta clenches the report tightly in his fist.
Miss Grace, may I borrow this document? My people need to see
I'm guessing
this.
that they're just gonna grab it and just throw it into the fire, saying, oh, that's all nonsense.
Be my guest. But you'd better persuade them quickly.
Why's that?
As far as I know, they're looking to expand the test site. It's on their agenda now.
Right. We'll have to set up a meeting with them to negotiate.
Certainly. I wish you the best of luck persuading those warmongers. And for your safety in the coming tsunami.
Every nonchalant word that leaves her mouth strikes Kamuta with a shocking gravity of the situation.
With all due respect, Miss Grace, not even the Nukutai can predict the movements of the ocean that far in advance. On what basis are you making this forecast?
It's not a forecast, Mr. Kamuta. Call it the wisdom of hindsight. Or perhaps I should put it more clearly. Have you heard of the storm?
Is she gonna tell him about the storm? Every mention of the storm, there's always gonna be doubts.
Kamutsa! Kamutsa!
What's going on? Is it here already? Oh no.
The rain's getting heavier. We must go inside.
I think he was right to believe in Grace. Rain blurs Kamuta's vision. He stares into the distance, his eyes widening as the frothing waves roar toward the coast. The sea level is rising.
It's the tsunami. It's happening.
Oh. What? Like the soil beneath the ever-rising waterline, Kamuta's murmured words are quickly buried. Ahem. The sea has almost swallowed the whole atoll.
What's going on, Tutu? Kamuta?
A worried figure hurries over.
No time for questions, Toa. We must bring these baskets to safety.
Fatutu is already pushing as many woven baskets filled with berries and bundled material as she can up to higher ground. Her hands are a sore red, her face stamped with desperate determination.
There's food and clothes in there.
Here, I'll give you a hand.
I think they're not gonna make it, except for Tutu. A tall figure rushes over, grabbing the baskets from the children's hands and tossing them aside.
Chief, what are you doing?
Leave them. There's no time. We must get to the ship. Now!
Our people still have to live after the flood's over. If we don't bring something, what are we going to eat? Or where? These things won't fall into our laps, you know.
Listen, it's different this time. You...
What the? Before Kamuta can finish speaking, a few dark shadows dart out from the forest. Critters? Really?
Tutu, watch out!
You're kidding me. Critters. At a time like this. A row of sharp claws grazes Kamuta's back.
What are all these splinter cats doing here?
They're critters. Splinter cats. The near-endless surge of critters starts to create an even greater panic. It's time to hunt. That's what they're thinking.
These aren't just splinter cats. Are those Sarmatian sea snails? And crabs with ghost faces?
I've never seen them all come out together before. What kind of storm is this?
It's a tsunami. In the flashes of lightning, doubt and worry flicker across the Nukatai's faces.
They can sense the coming tsunami. Come! We need more hands to drive them off.
Understood.
You're gonna fight them in this weather. You're serious. Ooh. Hold on. Alright. Listen to this, guys. As I pick my teams... Yeah. Darn. Alright. I'm gonna figure out what my team's supposed to be here. Let's see. Okay, I decided I ain't gonna worry about this because it's level 30. So let's just go ahead and see what we can do.
Program activated.
Oh, look at that. They're literally shells. They're literally crab and seashells. Alright.
It's charging.
This'll help.
Oh yeah,
Bask in the sunlight. Faraday's miracle.
if you kind of notice that Mercuria has a new outfit. Never mind.
Although we come from different lands.
Never mind. Alright, that was quick. That's because it was level 30. It's getting worse, huh? The fleeing critters surged like the tide, scattering the Nukatai. Many are left wounded.
Go! All of you! Now! Everyone get to the quick spear!
This tsunami, it's the worst I've ever seen. Is it true? Is this the end of Mali?
Right so, little one.
Tutu! Don't just stand there. Get over here!
From the shadows, a spiny claw swipes at Tutu. Is that Miss Grace? An inky black incantation flashes past her. A familiar face appears in the highest point of the reef. God, that actually scared me. She was so pale, I thought she was some sort of demon. But then again, manus fictite, right? I'm guessing we're just seeing their part of the story here.
Miss Grace!
Grace surveys the scene, a gentle smile on her face. Is she reveling in this? Maybe, right?
Seems I'm right on time.
You're Miss Grace.
You should be more careful out here, dear. People of New Katao, are you ready to set sail?
They got new believers here. So the pale shadow gracefully lands beside Fatutu.
Set sail? No. You've got this all wrong, outsider. We're not going anywhere. We Nukatau will not abandon our home.
The string of shells around Fatutu's neck heaves along with the defiant breaths in her chest.
Tutu, wait. Maybe Miss Grace knows a better way.
She pulls away from Kamuta's hand.
Refuse all you like, miss. But your homeland will be completely submerged before long.
Her words are light, almost careless, as they toy with this unmoving rock before her.
We appreciate your help, Miss Grace, and we'll make sure to return the favor as best we can. But we don't find your view on the situation all that convincing.
You don't, do you?
The critter, now bound by Grace's incantation, is pulled before Fatutu.
Take a look at this little creature. One of nature's many remarkable creations. It has a fitting name, too. The Moon-Eyed Fiddler. They hide themselves in the water, covering their traces with the ebb and flow of the tide. They only come ashore when the tide is high, and from there they migrate to quieter waters. The diviners and arcane dealers, they are the living gold of the ocean. But to the people who live near their regular habitats, they are an ill omen. Wherever they appear, floods are sure to follow.
Grace takes a few subtle steps toward Fatutu.
This tsunami is only the beginning. Animals migrate and leave their homes behind when conditions become unfavorable. You should do the same. Look around you. Think about your people.
The tide of the critters seem to have subsided, but the Nukatai are still bleed. But Tutu can clearly hear their labored sighs and gasps.
Tutu, it's okay. We know you have your reasons.
This is heartbreaking. Fatutu stands frozen, the sanded gravel carried by the seawater washing over her trembling feet. Tears well up in her eyes as the mottled gray of the sky seems to merge with the crimson ground below.
Do we really have to leave?
Looks like no choice, huh? Grace gently adjusts Fatutu's collar, wiping the rain from her face. Ugh.
The outside world is indeed full of dangers, but there is less to fear than you think. I'll help you through it.
The tide grows more turbulent, crashing against rocks and shaking the foundations of Nukatai's homes. There is a series of crashes as coconut trees fall, and the earth crumbles and falls into the sea. In a boat.
There it is, our ship.
Is it? What? Memories fade. Was that a flashback just now? Wow. Well, looks like the peaceful island life is no longer peaceful. Last evenings on Earth. Ugh. What a name. What a great way to drop the title. Yeah. Miss Radio, is that you?
Today's headlines. A new naval testing site has been established in an unoccupied area of the Eastern Pacific Ocean to facilitate future armament research and development.
And there it is.
South America is facing a significant economic crisis marked by stagnation, inflation, and rising unemployment. The poverty rate in several regions has reached new highs in the last decade.
I'm gonna sneeze.
The Ocean Conservation Association is calling for greater attention to be paid to the oil spill near the archipelagos, claiming that the relevant organizations have yet to launch a full investigation into the cause of the incident. The Free Breeze cruise ship is set to arrive in Sydney Harbor later today. Astrophysicists forecast a solar eclipse this month.
Solar eclipse, huh? Inside the suitcase. Wait, this is the suitcase? A hand precisely presses the little green button, and a painful wail of fur follows.
Miss Radio!
It was Regulus sleeping.
How could you do this to me? Today of all days? Your bloody alarm ruined my precious holiday lying!
My apologies, Miss Regulus. But it wasn't an alarm. It was the daily news broadcast.
The swatted side, Miss Radio seems to have a great clear signal.
If the morning news isn't quite to your taste, I can offer a variety of alternatives, including programs on literature and music critique, Australian food, and so on.
Oh, no!
Her cry echoes through the room. Room service.
Sorry, it seems I've caught you at a bad time.
Why are you here, Urza? Ezra, if that's how you say it. Having just peeked his head through the door, he immediately ducks back. A one-sided conflict seems inevitable.
But please be careful, Miss Regulus. I know the LSCC encourages us to examine machines like Ms. Radio, but I don't think a violent disassembly would go down so well.
Yeah, I remember that. Regulus has an altercation from the previous chapter. Was it chapter 5? Oh, she hated her. Regulus gets to her feet.
Violence? If there's any sort of violence in this room, I'm the one receiving it. Where's my justice?
Well, I'm afraid justice might be slow to come. The Australian branch is going through restructuring at the moment. Things will be put on hold for a while. In the meantime,
you've been assigned to a new team, the Storm Research Group.
What? Me?
Wait, really? Oh, that's how she got involved with Ulrich.
Yes, Mr. Ulrich's leading it. He made a special request for you to be on the team. He's looking forward to meeting you in person.
What? Just like that? Didn't anyone care to ask me what I wanted
That's
to do?
That's funny because to me, she's not the brightest light bulb in the shed. She ain't smart. That's I can tell you for sure. Regulus's puzzled expression soon gives way to a sudden realization.
Wait, why are you telling me this now?
The list of group members and the reasons for their selection have been up on Laplace's website for a week now.
Wait, there's a website?
And today is its official founding day. You should be there, as a Laplace staff member and an important part of the new team.
Huh?
Is she late?
Hold on a minute. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still on Team Timekeeper. And, more importantly, I'm still on my time off.
Wait.
Good to see that you actually paid attention in our last group meeting, Regulus.
Oh, did she doze off? The owner of the suitcase, Regulus' savior, the great timekeeper, arrives at the door.
Vertin! Oh, thank God you're here. Go on, tell them I'm still on holiday.
The fast-drowning pirate is hoping for a life preserver.
Sorry to break it to you like this, Regulus, but today's our last day off.
Ooh. Too bad.
You can't be serious.
Too bad.
Of course I am. Also, Mr. Ulrich has invited us to attend the ceremony in Laplace. Shall I give you a moment to get ready?
No!
Not her day off! I would say the same thing if my day off. In the beach, too. Wow. Alright. Ooh, what's this? The nameless black dots on this parchment cry out for annotations. Okay, so except from a history of arcane ethnicity, due to the reclusive nature of the Nukutais, our knowledge of the enigmatic people comes only from the sparse accounts of a few trading ships that had contact with them and the legends from neighboring societies. In the folklore of coastal civilizations in the South Pacific, there are often tales of shell people and hermit crab people. These beings, dressed in shells and living in the water, are depicted as otherworldly ocean emissaries or guardians. They offer advice and guidance to the protagonists in these stories or help those lost at sea. Okay, with the age of exploration, the veil over these mysterious figures was lifted, and a small island named Nukuteao, known for its production of mystical and esoteric crafts, became a topic of intrigue among adventurers in taverns. Consequently, the intrusion of explorers and trading ships seemed to worry the Nukutais, and records from that period show they gradually vanished from the pages of history. They employed some form of arcane skill to conceal the island's exact location, ensuring their homeland never appeared on any official map. Today, with advancements in maritime technology and increasing global communication, it is only a matter of time before the island of Nukutais is rediscovered. The author can only hope that this inevitable encounter will not bring undue harm to the Nukutais, which it has, wishing that they can integrate into the global community through peaceful and friendly exchanges. May the final chapter of this age of exploration conclude with harmony. Alright. Unfortunately for me, I have to take a break, so see you then. So, I put this bit off a bit because I had to do a little something here. So I'm back in the game, and we are going to do a little bit of Free Breeze on part 2. So it looks like we're meeting with Regulus, Apple, and I guess Barcarola's just going to be greeting us with her crackling box. So, the sea breeze, the freedom, and the last day of vacation, already slipping away. This is going to be Regulus' development arc right here. But then again, we're just following Regulus here, so. Are we in... Yeah, Sydney Harbor.
Captain, we seem to have deviated from our route to Laplace.
The road to the LSCC is ever fraught with obstacles. Wait a minute. You don't think that she's purposely going to a cruise just to avoid Laplace? She's skipping on just to get to their vacation faster.
A great pirate, Mr. Apple, doesn't simply rely on her compass. She must listen to her heart too.
And her heart says, I need my sleep. I need my beauty sleep. I want my vacation back.
Ah, this Apple thought you were trying to slip away to make the most of your final day off.
That's exactly what she's doing, Apple.
Well, that too.
Yeah, she admitted it too. Like Odysseus returning victorious from the Trojan War, Regulus nimbly dives into one vortex after another.
Come get your sucker rat whiskers all the way from Brazil. Perfect for brewing a chill wind elixir. Only 185 sharpadontes. See anything alive? You won't find a better price anywhere.
Wow, this is a good price. Do you have more of this stuff? Show me everything you've got.
Captain, might I remind you that Miss Sotheby is not traveling with us at this time?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she thought she could mooch Sotheby's funding from her. Yeah. The temptations before them seem to be endless. What the? A street artist sings as paint flies through the air. That actually scared me a bit. Jesus Christ. Almost splashing onto Regulus' sunglasses.
Alright, mate. Whoa, love the colours. How about bringing in some pop art? Trust me, it'll take it to a whole new level. You should come visit London sometime. We've got some seriously groovy art on the streets.
Are you sure it's the same London? We're in a different timeline, buddy.
Pop art? That's a bit dated, don't you think?
I beg your pardon?
Just as Regulus rolls up her sleeves, ready for a tussle, a none-too-distant cheer grabs her attention. Huh?
Did you hear that? We better go over there and check it out, Mr. Apple.
What is it? Could it be Manus Vindicta?
No.
Miss Verton did caution us against the Manus followers we might encounter in Australia.
No, it's something much more important than that.
What is it, then? Huh? I like her sunglasses. I'm gonna admit that. Oh, it's Barcarola's Crackle Box, ain't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest sail-away party in all Australia. For those of you who haven't signed up for the trip, think again. This is the ultimate sailing experience. Relaxation, food, drink, and music. Don't miss out. The free breeze is about to set sail. No need to worry about currency exchange, whether it's Australian dollars, sharpadontes, arcane materials, or a rare collectible item. All are welcome in exchange for a ticket of equal value.
So they sell the tickets for something rather than just normal currency, sharpadonte, arcane materials, or whatever. Wow, that's why I call it a steal.
A small price to pay for an unforgettable journey with the talented multi-instrumentalist Barcarola and her fantastic crackling box.
The cheers grow louder and louder.
We've also prepared a little gift for our most enthusiastic guest. A free cruise ticket!
Oh, now that's a steal. Oh, she caught wind of the word free!
That's what I'm talking about.
I knew it, yeah. I did the same thing. I caught that gas. Wow.
This apple should have known better.
Ladies and gentlemen, the party starts now! Put your hands together for the enchanting Miss Barcarola and her captivating melodies!
Yeah, I gotta admit, this is a pretty damn good shot here.
Woohoo!
Hey, get out of the way, Regulus. Damn it, she messed me up my thumbnail up. Compliments gush from the ticket seller's mouth as the star of the center of the stage subtly turns her face away.
You're much too kind, Mr. Hamish, saying all these wonderful things about me. But I'm only a cruise musician.
Oh my goodness, she is shy. I think in the video that in a trailer about Barcarola, I think she is extremely shy when she is being complimented. It's like her first time of being a cruise here, yeah.
It's thanks to the collective efforts of the whole crew that the Free Breeze has been so successful. I just feel privileged to be a part of it.
You're more than that.
I know you want to stay humble, Miss Barcarola, but there's no reason to be so modest. Many of our guests come aboard just to hear you play, and I'm sure there will only be more in the future. So what's the harm with hyping the crowd up with a little round of applause?
Is it just me or am I hearing country music?
Well, if it's for the ship, I suppose I can handle a little publicity.
Of course you can. And you deserve it too. By the way, do you know the guest over there? She's very, enthusiastic.
Yeah, I know the Regulus. She wants that free ticket, buddy. Damn, she wants that vacation badly. She follows the direction he's pointing to, find a particularly lively duo among the crowd. A girl dressed in red and blue, and a floating apple.
You've been drumming up the crowd. Sold us a load more tickets. We've never sold out so quickly.
All right, everyone, listen up. I've got some exciting news to share. This piece of paper in my hand could be your ticket to an incredible seafaring adventure. Just think about the cool breeze, the spruced up cruise ship, and the awesome music. What more could you ask for? This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for a trip you'll never forget. So, let's get buzzing! Throw your hands in the air and your coins out of your pockets and let your dreams come to life. Let's hear those coins jingle and fill your spirit soar!
Yeah. I think I know what she's doing. You already know. You already heard my explanations. The cheering grows louder and louder again.
Is she a local?
No.
Australians are known for their sunny disposition.
No one knows her, miss. But to be honest, I'd love to invite her to join the crew. If only the captain weren't so picky with the new recruits.
She nods approvingly at the freely dancing figure and clutches her crackling box tied to her chest.
I know what you mean. Her enthusiasm is infectious.
I can tell.
Maybe her energy would wake up our stuffy new captain. I'll never understand why the captain fired the old crew and hired a load of people who don't seem to have any clue about music. All they do is make noise, and not the good kind either.
I don't know why. So they fired the old captain and replaced her with someone else. Who could this new captain be? Several startled gazes land on Barcarola.
We better keep it down, miss. They'll hear us.
He turns, peeking in the direction of the ship before awkwardly retracting his neck.
We didn't hear any dissenting opinions about our captain now, did we?
No, of course not.
The crew members glance at each other awkwardly, coughing softly to urge the embarrassing moment to pass quickly. Something's going on in this cruise ship, I could tell. Guests come and go, and the melodies continue one after another. Eventually, the sail-away party comes to an end.
Captain, if I may, perhaps it's time we made our way to Laplace.
Come on, Mr. Apple. The crowd's going crazy for us. Can't you see how close we are to winning that free ticket?
She wants that vacation. Come on.
I suppose you're right, Captain. But the crew seems to be packing up for the day.
They what?
Regulus quickly intercepts the cruise team before they can make their way back on the ship.
Oh, can I help you? I'm afraid Miss Barcarola won't be signing any more albums today.
What about my free ticket? Wasn't I the most enthusiastic guest tonight?
Sorry, miss. But the most enthusiastic guest was really just a turn of phrase. We're nearly sold out tonight, and bookings are still coming in. I don't think we can spare a ticket for you. Come by next time, and we'll see what we can do.
You!
Oh, she pissed.
Easy, Captain. They never really explained what they meant by the most enthusiastic guest. We're in no position to argue.
Regulus glances around. The once bustling crowd was dwindled to just a few scattered passerbys. Clearly, there is no one present to uphold justice for her.
What a bloody scam! I'm filing a complaint. Just you wait and see.
Yeah, she pissed.
I understand your frustration, miss. The ship is sailing in just a couple of days. Even if you file a complaint right at this moment, we won't hear a thing from the tourist office before we set sail.
Barcarola frowns and pulls the crewman aside.
I feel bad for her, Mr. Hamish. And just think how this will affect our reputation. With your consent, I'd like to offer this young lady a ticket and a stay in my cabin. I'll be more than happy to pay for her.
You've done this so many times, Miss Barcarola. I'm afraid I have to turn you down. You know the new captain won't exactly be thrilled to have a freeloader on the ship.
But...
Regulus barges between the two, muttering colleagues.
So, how much longer do you need to think up an excuse?
All right. In the view of your outstanding enthusiasm, we offer you a special gift for your help with our event. There. Thanks for your support.
A stack of souvenirs is thrust into Regulus's arms. Dejected, she turns to leave. Barcarola pulls out a marker and cries out to her.
Wait! I'm so sorry about all this, Senora. I hope this will compensate for it. Huh?
No, she wants a ticket.
I hope we can see each other again. Preferably soon. What?
An autograph indeed, and my dog just walked in. Hey, buddy. What are you doing here? To be continued, of course. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? We're back in Laplace here. Alright, so performance review. Make sure she completes the document in person. Let's check. Okay, so probability assessment Regulus. Codename Regulus. She's been employed for 11 months. So she's an unregistered in project. I guess an unregistered. Yeah, this was the research group for the storm. Yeah, not available. Performance review. Research the influence of light, sound waves. Scratched out. Safety fire fabrication of the St. Pavlos Foundation. Scratched out. Exploration of the possibility of communication without numbers. Scratched out. No accomplishments. Probability experience. Assisted the Timekeeper in investigating the storm consistently on the front lines of responding to the storm, and have experienced 3 storms. These experiences provided invaluable data for Laplace's storm research. During this operation, her numerous, somewhat active contributions have brought a not so much of an inspiration to colleagues. In her interactions with the St. Pavlos Foundation and the School of Aprarion, she has displayed very not so outstanding negotiation skills, making her a minor mainstay member of the Timekeeper squad. Most of it is redacted, so if I okay. Alright, enough of this charade. The only thing in this document is that she actually provided herself is the photo. I'll let her join the research group as a formal researcher, but she will not receive any benefits until she personally fills in all the blanks on this form. Wow. So we're going to be meeting with Ulrich very soon. So, yeah, she got really really upset that she didn't get her free ticket. So, cryptography for beginners. Oh no. She's not smart, guys. We know this for sure. She's not smart. Pardon me. Wow. The glass tank leans forward, the ferrofluid rippling around inside it. The ferrofluid pauses at the information presented before it.
So, they gave you this flyer at the sail-away party?
Not just that one, there's a whole stack of them.
All right, Researcher Regulus. I think I've got everything down. Let's run through it again.
This is the kind of funny crap I can't stand laughing. Sorry, I can't control my laughter. I know where this is gonna go.
Researcher Regulus suffered horrendous mistreatment during the pre-sale event of the Free Breeze, which has had a significant psychological impact on her. In order to recover from this traumatic event, she formally requests...
Is she trying to request time off? Using this as an excuse?
A 1-year advance on her salary and 15 days of leave. The funds are to be used solely to book passage on a cruise trip, with the goal of replacing her negative experience from the pre-sale event with a more positive one.
She is still trying to beg. Find ways to get her vacation back. Wow. And advance in her salary. Okay.
I'm telling the truth.
There are so many crocodile tears. The ferrofluid remains still for a long moment.
I can see that bottle of artificial tears in your hand, Regulus. Please put it away. There's no need for dramatics.
Sorry. That made me laugh.
Thank you, Ulrich. I knew there was a soft spot underneath all that metal.
Not so fast, Regulus. I never said I agreed to your request.
He ain't wrong.
No? Why? I'm a researcher just like anybody else, aren't I? Shouldn't Laplace be looking out for my well-being?
I don't think it matters.
Regulus, you've been working in Laplace for 11 months now, and you still haven't submitted your performance appraisal or published a single valid project result.
Because she's not smart.
In other words, you haven't completed your probationary period, so you can't get the benefits of a full-time employee.
Yeah, you gotta be smart.
And to top it all off, you didn't even show up to register at the first Storm Research Group meeting.
In the face of such overwhelming evidence, there was no room for rebuttal.
Well,
It's time to give up, man. Her protestation has grown noticeably weaker.
Please save me the excuses. There's still a chance for you to turn things around. You can take another assessment. We'll use the results to make up for the assessments you've missed. It'll be crucial for your performance review and, consequently, your employee benefits.
No words, huh?
Yeah. Bring it on.
Oh, Oh, okay. This is where she's going to be in hell. She's not smart. We know that for sure.
Easy there, Researcher Regulus. You're taking a test, not going to war.
Yeah. I mean, for her, having to do mathematics is war in itself. So Ulrich turns and reaches into a bookshelf. Clearly, he has prepared for such an outcome. Document after document is pulled from the bookshelf and placed on the table until Regulus can no longer see above them. It's a skyscraper.
I thought you said it was just a test.
It's a skyscraper. Oh god.
I did, and I meant it. This is just some light reading for you to reference during the test.
Light reading? It can reach the ceiling, dude.
And this is the test. The numbers on this paper may appear random, but they're actually an encrypted code. Your task is to figure out what the message is.
Oh my god. Look at this. You're giving this to someone who has suffered algebra, who can't even figure out algebra, even the easiest equations.
You can use the computer to help you, and you might find some useful books and papers in the second drawer on your left. The instructions for the computer and a guide on how it works are all in there.
She is totally speechless.
Given its difficulty, there is no time limit for this test.
No time limit, that's pretty good.
Best of luck, Researcher Regulus.
They just say, all you gotta do is just decode this. You could take all the time you want as long as you finish it. Is she gonna scream? He exits, leaving Regulus to her mathematical prison. Okay.
You better keep your word, Ulrich, or you'll be no different than those sailors. At least they didn't torture me with maths.
Wow. She really hates math.
Lend me your strength, Brian May, Jim Morrison, Frank Zappa. Oh, God!
And this is where she is in hell. How much time has passed? Regulus has lost all concept of it. Endless numbers dance before her eyes, spinning and blurring together. Mason! What do they mean, Mason? The numbers! It's like she's descending into some kind of cursed land of numbers, also known as the Matrix. Where's the one?
You're taking the test, not going to war.
Says you!
Captain, this apple has an impression on this.
Maybe you were their target because you are an irrational number.
She's still on that.
Is it really a puzzle unsolvable?
I get.
Are you scared?
I get that's why she's not smart. But this is going. Captain. This is going too far.
Follow me, Regulus.
Into the Matrix.
Best of luck, Researcher Regulus.
I think she's about to break.
Where am I? Who am I?
You even not know who your name is? In her days, she's brought back to her days in Empyrean.
Why is this happening to me? Is this some kind of cruel joke from that Aperon lot?
This realization seems to clear her mind for a moment. There is no escape from those mathematical demons.
Somebody! Anybody! Help me! Please!
Well, let's say 0. The numbers. What do they mean? Oh god, it's worse. Stay calm, Regulus. Don't be fooled by that walking fish tank. This is just an itty-bitty little test from Laplace, not the end of your life. I get it now. I just need to add some lines into the border. Ulrich must be reminding me to follow Laplace's rules. Who cares? It's just like Sudoku! Oh god, no. I just fill in the numbers 1 through 9, making sure they appear once in each row and column every 3x3 box. Oh my god, no. This 3x3 box already has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need to add the 9. Oh god, it's Sudoku. I hate Sudoku. This is my hell. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. He needs a 5. Yeah. Alright, what is this one? So, let's see. This needs a 1. 1, 2. Needs a 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can this be a 9 too? Yeah. Alright, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be a 5 and 2, 3, a 4. Hey, I did it! Regulus did it! I did it too. Wow. I was actually surprised that it was Sudoku. That was my nightmare. The mathematical onslaught seems endless. Ulrich opens the door and takes Regulus' scribbled piece of notepaper.
Glad to see you're still in high spirits, Researcher Regulus. But this doesn't add up. I gave you an encrypted code, not a Sudoku puzzle.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Oh no. That timing with the lightning. Regulus looks as though she's just been struck by lightning.
Come on, get yourself together. The 9th storm has passed, Researcher Regulus. You've had plenty of time to brush up on your math.
Ulrich strides over, picking up a paper from the desk on his way.
Alright, let me explain. All you have to do is a basic decode and transcription of the result using the Laplace encryption key. See how the 4th from last digits have changed? There are no numbers greater than 24 within the 17th interval, and those in the 18th interval don't exceed 59. So, if we make a bold assumption here, these numbers have probably been coded using Laplace's nomenclature, where the codes of time are always placed between the 12th and 18th intervals. You'll see this a lot here. We use them for ships, satellites, manpower arrangements, and such. Finally, we input the result into the Laplace astronomy database to see if we find any matches, and there. A set of photos taken from space.
My mind just blanked out for a moment.
Huh?
Yeah, my mind just blanked out for a moment. And my ears were ringing after hearing his explanations. They were just gibberish to me. Okay, so I see photos. 1998. 2005. Wait. Someone's been in 2005? 2007? 2001? Huh.
Are you telling me I spent the whole day doing this just to find a few photos?
These aren't just any photos, Researcher Regulus. Take a closer look. The first picture was taken on December 2nd, 1995, the day the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory was launched.
Ulrich continues to deliver a flurry of information.
The second picture was taken on June 25th, 1997, during a period of sunspot activity. The third one is from November 21st, 1998. It's an image of the first satellite ever deployed from a space station.
And the fourth is from December the 28th, 1999. Is that a rugby game?
Yes. Looks like it was the last one held in that stadium in Melbourne. The place is just a commercial district now.
Her eyes wander over to the next set of photos. Then she freezes.
But, wait. This isn't right. If you're suggesting what I think you are, then these next photos are...
From after 1999. Her eyes widen.
That's right. From the 5th photo onward, we can't pinpoint their exact time or location. But it seems they involve Halley's Comet, 136199 Eris in the Kuiper Belt, the Uluru Games, and a rock festival. And there are more. Take a look at these timestamps. February 9th, 2001. October 21st, 2003. November 2005.
And the last one's from... April the 16th, 2007.
Yeah. 2007. Further into the future, after 1999. Past the storm point. What is going on? That is mind-blowing. Ulrich looks out to the endless blue of the sky outside.
This proves one thing. Before all our struggles to study and control the effects of the storm, this pioneer crossed the storm unscathed and sent us these images.
Who is the pioneer? The storm. That heavy topic. Once again, it rears its ugly head, mocking anyone who dares to make sense of its absurdity.
But...
Thankfully, there will always be someone who doesn't bend to its desires.
Why are you telling me all this?
Did everyone else's assessments turn into some kind of top-secret briefing? All I wanted was an advance on my salary.
Simple, Regulus. The ferrofluid gives a stiff, stifled pang.
Just for once, could you see the bigger picture here?
She's stupid.
We've been presented with an amazing opportunity.
You're talking to Regulus. She's stupid. All she cares about is rock and roll, Dr. Pepper, and, just vacations.
And all you can think about is your salary?
Yeah. I mean, doesn't anyone else think about their salaries when they work? I mean, really? Can you agree? Can you not agree with that? Alright. What am I reading here? So, convergence of ideas. Alright, let's see. The topic is the brainstorming session is how did this pioneer manage to cross the storm and continuously send information to the Earth's surface? The ferrofluid flows freely in his glass tank. Is it possible that this is just a prank? Like a cipher game created by one of us, accompanied by fake photos and data, and indifferent researcher shrugs. Then go and write a detailed report on who you think is pulling the prank, one every week, until someone confesses to the being behind it. That's an abuse of power. The researcher who intended to remain silent slams the table. Alright, I have a thought. The storm rewinds people into disappearance, but some things that inherently exist longer might not be completely reversed. This pioneer could be some kind of man-made satellite that regularly sends data, and the storm rewinds it to an older version, but doesn't affect its operation. We've already experienced time periods as far back as the beginning of World War I. No man-made satellites should even exist at the time. I've got it. It's aliens. Aliens are crossing the storm and sending us some kind of signal. It's not surprising after all that they have technology immune to the storm among their advanced space tech, right? A researcher with a fanciful imagination raises his hand. Damn it, we don't have time to verify baseless hypotheses such as these. The man-made satellite theory might just be a reasonable hypothesis. Maybe the internal structure of the satellite just happened to form a knot-like structure. Many of these satellites launched by Laplace have adopted arcane techniques, theoretically capable of activating the immunity spell. The researcher, feigning seriousness, rests his chin on his hands. That's a good direction, but your reasoning is too idealistic. Let's proceed on the premise that there exists a satellite capable of gaining immunity to the storm and investigate further. Regardless of the principle behind all this, now, everyone, spread out and check every satellite in Laplace's history. If this hypothesis is confirmed, it could be another significant breakthrough in our storm research. Alrighty then, so to part 4, Music of the Era. Alright, so at the Crater Music Festival, the crowd moves in rhythm into the choir of Night of Revelry. What's this on the ground? Hey, look what I found. Weird, right?
The dust in here. What, are we inside some kind of vacuum cleaner? Is that why you always wear that fish tank on your head?
Familiar with Regulus's quirks, Ulrich opts for the most efficient form of communication. None. You're not gonna talk to her, huh? That's the best way to get her pissed off.
What's got you so quiet? Pulling the strong and silent act now?
Here we are.
What is it? The gate of heaven opens, and what the hell? It's a launch site. To what? The site has been utterly neglected. Dust and debris litter every corner of it.
Here? As in...
The Laplace launch site in Sydney. We've collaborated with the Foundation and the Space Agency for various projects here.
Thanks for the heads up. I almost thought we just barged into some rock star's house.
You wish.
It will actually take another 2 years before this place becomes an official launch site.
Oh, yeah, right. We're basically living in the past.
I visited various launch sites to verify the photos. Guiana Space Center, Placid's Cosmodrome. Then, I found this place. Most of its archives were lost in the storm. but a small portion of the early records survived. I left them here with the rest of the files I compiled.
Papers scatter into the air as he rummages through the files.
Damn it! Where did they go?
The ferrofluid tremors in his tank.
Huh. So, does this mean we can all go home now?
Really?
Absolutely not. Alright, new task. Stay put and don't touch anything. I need to find those files.
If I know Regulus, she is gonna touch things.
Fine.
Because she will be bored. As Ulrich makes his exit, Regulus scans the room, a glint glowing behind her eyes.
Oh, amazing! An old military base. Mysterious photos. This is going to be juicy. No chance Ulrich is stopping this rockin' pirate from going after treasure. I mean, very, very important files. The hunt is on. Ha-ha! Let's start with what's on this table.
Yeah, I know it. Her boredom caught up to her. The clinking and clattering of rummaging fills the air, like a string of cheerful musical tones. Notes.
La 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 da 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 do 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 do.
I know this song. She's humming her own freaking theme song. I actually got this song from a different artist because, as we know, some of the people that did the music in this game barely put their music out there. I barely have one album of theirs and a couple of singles from them, but never Green Lake. Why? The Green Lake songs were really good because I like the 90s stuff or 80s stuff. Yeah.
I almost forgot. Can't go treasure hunting without some music to rock out to.
Oh no. Turning the knob, she powers up the amplifier. The world begins to rock. Belongs to rock. Oh gosh. The vibrations reach Ulrich, causing the ferrofluid to ripple. Even the desk is trembling.
Damn it! I forgot to tell her to keep quiet.
And reasons. There's a screech of a bird pierces through the pumping music.
What's happening? Is this an earthquake?
We have a critters. A few agile black shadows leap around the upper parts of the observation deck. The tremors free a note pinned to the wall, and it flutters down the ground. The handwritten writing is all too familiar. Investigators report multiple Tripodero attacks on humans have occurred in the area. They seem to regard this abandoned facility as their territory, attacking any intruders. Remember to keep your movements quiet.
Ah, crap. This is the note I wrote last time I was here.
And you forgot! Conveniently! The ferrofluid ripples violently.
Regulus, turn off that speaker, now!
Well, hell. She's gonna find out the hard way. Regulus is too immersed in her treasure seeking to hear him. Yep. Ew, what the? Did it just spat at me? A glob of dark green sludge shoots down from above. Ulrich darts aside, narrowly avoiding the attack.
For fuck's sake! I knew I should have upgraded my memo module!
He looks to the observation deck. There is Regulus, gleefully twisting to the music.
Calm down, Ulrich. You're a leader. It's part of your job to clean up after your team.
He looks over the priceless equipment around him and sighs before ducking through the emergency exit. Wow. And look, we're in the Uluru Stadium. Not really. The Tripoderos followed in hot pursuit. I guess it's time to find some chickens.
Party in the sky and on the air.
Alright, okay, so I could tell you this because in Barbaro's story, there's a bit of a tutorial called a survey, which is basically you try out the character. So how Barcarola works is, If you see these notes hanging above each of the abilities, it contributes to some form of extra ability. Like, I'll just show you guys.
Saxophone, listen up. Do you have any... Listen up. Unbreakable. I dedicate this song to you.
That thing. Impromptu incantations. Let's say, whatever this thing marks our attacking tier. Let's say I go ahead and move this here. It'll be just a random number. Then if I just combine them to make a 2-star incantation or 3 incantations, they increase.
Saxophones and...
Therefore...
A bandura? As you wish.
It increases the number. Which also means it increases the number of attacks made by this thing. Or not. I'm not sure.
Don't act surprised. It's just another day.
But that's just how I figured things out right from there, you know? Also, I recently got Voyager as well, which I was very happy to, and it almost kind of wasted my time trying to upgrade them. So, Ulrich sends a current through the electronic components around him, creating a cacophony of sounds that sends the Tripoderos scattering.
Huh? Flux! Flux! Finally it's over.
Ulrich stuffs the last piece of damaged equipment into the recovery bin. Then he climbs back through the window. He is visibly trained because he's a ferrofluid. And the music's still going.
Relax. Don't overheat. You'll have to get used to this if you want to be a good leader.
Regulus bounces slightly into the room.
Ulrich! Look what I found!
She waves her treasure, a hefty stack of documents signed in bold by Ulrich himself.
Where's my round of applause? If you're even half a leader, you'll fight your hardest to get a decent salary for such an outstanding employee as myself.
She's too stupid, but I love her. She has no idea that he was actually fighting Tropaderos just outside. She shoots him a triumphant wink.
Sure.
Let's just go with it.
Just one more thing. Scientist to scientist.
Bullshit. Sorry. Regulus gestures toward the still sparking machines beside Ulrich.
You made some pretty cool electronic music in that battle. Didn't know you had it in you.
And she knew. She saw him. Really? Hold on. What the hell? Ulrich lets out a deep sigh, deciding to avoid any further arguments with his team member.
Here are all the files related to the satellite. Look them over, Regulus.
Do we have to go through all this right now?
Yep.
Why? Is there some even more juicy stuff in them?
Maybe.
For you, it might be. The satellite carries a variety of arcane items. Space seeds, dragon tree resin compasses, obsidian crystals, WFPCs, astronomical spectrometers. Even its power source is an arcane record player.
Wait. It's powered by music? A record player?
We've made a list of everything that was on it so we can test them against the artificial storm. The satellite is an archive of the wisdom of the entire human race. It somehow survived multiple storms.
What are you gonna do with it?
Sadly, a lack of maintenance caused it to plummet to the Earth.
So it crashed?
It crashed in your time. 1966.
Ah. So Regulus's sunglasses slide off her face, but she doesn't even notice. She grabs the stack of documents and flips to the last page. The telescope officially crashed in 2007 in Aldburg, England. All on board instruments were destroyed. Recovery failed. Regulus Space Telescope Project report as above. Wait, Regulus Space Telescope? Oh my god.
The telescope project was named after a record that was on the satellite, which also happens to share your name.
Regulus.
Today, this event's a special time. Regulus holds her backpack tightly to her chest its pockets full of treasures. She flips through a series of records, her hands trembling. Finally, she finds the treasure she is looking for, a record identical to the one depicted in the documents. It's from the 1966 Aldberg Crater Music Festival, an accident from the past, and her all-time favorite.
My little thing. It was the record on the satellite.
And there's a bunch of freaking apples with gestures. Oh, that's cute.
Yes, that's the one. Wow, you've kept it in great shape.
So, this is the key to braving the storm?
It might be, amongst several other options.
Okay.
I get it. That's why you wanted me on the storm research team.
So she could figure this out.
Not just that. I've read the Appear on Island reports. You demonstrated some serious talent with the series puzzle in that cave. And you've faced more storms than the majority of the Laplace staff.
What is with the music? What is with this? What is with the music? I'm surprised. Hold on. Demonstrated serious talent with the puzzle in the cave. I didn't see shit from her. Sorry. I didn't see jack nothing from her. I don't know. I can't remember the past. I can't remember anything. But this is the moment. This is her moment. Her character development arc here, guys. This is where she gets useful. Where she can somewhat use her brain and try to save the world by doing whatever she's doing here.
We're not working together for a couple of research papers. This is about the survival of everything on Earth. We need all the help we can get, including yours.
And she's all blank. Regulus falls into an uncharacteristic silence. That is so weird.
In fact,
there it goes again.
Laplace even held a meeting with the Foundation to discuss borrowing your record. The Foundation suggested we apply for an item transfer order under the Artificial Storm Project and let the Timekeeper take over the matter. Some of my colleagues told me that, according to LSCC regulations, lending assets to the center is mandatory for all staff.
And there it goes again. What's with the epic music that then it just falls silent, then it goes again, then it's silence? Like, the frequency of the ferrofluid's vibrations is chaotic, like some kind of unsolvable cipher.
But... Alright, let me be honest with you.
Just say it.
I'm not comfortable with taking your record by force. It's yours after all. It's your choice what you do with it. So, here I am. Not as your leader, but as myself. Hoping we can find a solution that works for both of us.
You got anything to say?
Has anyone ever told you that you're terrible at negotiations?
Sorry.
Ah, damn it. I knew it wouldn't be easy.
Oh, damn it. He angrily knocks his tank with his fist. He is so close to the record that he's been searching for. The ferrofluid ripples into a subtle arc. Why are you holding the rest of your records?
Go ahead, Mr. Ulrich. Take it, before I change my mind.
Regulus's expression has never been so serious.
You're willingly giving it over to the Artificial Storm Project?
His carefully prepared arguments vanish in a moment.
For a cause even greater than rock music? Absolutely. But just to be clear, I'm only lending it to Laplace. You have to give it back when you're done. It's the only copy in the world and the future centerpiece of the Regulus Museum.
What's with the never mind. I'm not saying anything.
Thank you, Researcher Regulus. Thank you so much. I was gearing up for a much tougher talk. I even applied for additional funding and a month's leave to offer you as leverage. Well, I suppose I won't have to use it after all.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that, buddy. She just caught you on that one. Regulus freezes.
What?
I knew it. You shouldn't have said anything. Okay. The suitcase is in its usual harmony. Its occupants go about their business, each busying themselves in their own little worlds.
Timekeeper!
Sonetto?
Sonetto, what's the rush?
She wants the date.
I just wanted to remind you that our vacation in Australia is over.
Oh?
If you need any help packing, please let me know.
I have some inappropriate... I have some thoughts on why she wants to do that, but I'll keep those thoughts to myself. I'll leave it to your imagination. She wipes the sweat from her forehead, then she remembers something.
Oh, and I have something for you.
Oh? What kind of gift? She hands her a colorful piece of paper.
Huh?
Ah!
Regulus asked me to pass these out. She won them at a sail-away party.
Ah, useful! Good job, Regulus.
She said they're highly valuable, the finest choice for any collection, if I recall correctly.
I wouldn't say collection, but I think that's where they need to go.
Looks like an ordinary flyer to me. I've already inspected them. They're just advertisements with a handwritten signature in the corner, and some completely over-the-top promises.
Mm-hmm. I can't understand that the voice actress of Sonetto has a bit of an accent, because you don't say advertisements. It was advertisements, that's how I see it.
Regulus told me it's a trick that advertisers use. They use fancy words to catch people's eyes and make it seem more grand.
She's still pissed off about the free ticket, huh?
Phrases like, an opulent odyssey upon the boundless sea, tour the illustrious Pacific coast, a veritable feast of harmonic reverie, rare and fortuitous seasonal discount, and facilities unimaginable in their splendor.
By that blush, I think she wants to go onto that cruise just to invite Verdun with her. I'm suspicious.
What's this on the back? Nor happiness, nor harmony, nor fame. Nor pride, nor strength, nor skill in arms or arts.
What? Those familiar words hit like a tidal wave. Oh? Back at the other chapters. The beginnings. The childhood.
Before a cruel whip. Man who man would be. Must rule the empire of himself. In it, must be supreme. Establishing his throne. On vanquished will, quelling the challenges of hopes and fears. Being himself alone.
She recoils in shock. The flyer falls to the ground.
Is everything alright, Timekeeper?
Does she not remember? This is a poem she once knew intimately. One that had been held by countless young hands and flowed gently through equally young voices. In the tree hollow, in the square, in the outdoors.
Sonetto, change of plan. We need to contact the Foundation. Now.
Okay, that was serious right there. That poem in the back of the flyer somehow triggered Furton's memories to the time back at the this chapter, the story chapter. I'm not sure it was number 5 or 4, but it talks about the beginning of her childhood here, where she once actually rebelled against the Foundation because they had some laws that banned some things, that they couldn't sing, they couldn't do much, you know. And then at the end of it, she took a bunch of her old childhood friends or anything, because they all wanted to see the outside. But the bad thing is, it was raining that day. Just in time, the storm came by. Well, Sonella wasn't there, thankfully. But I guess her childhood friends just became bits and pieces of things that were chopped, broken, or sliced during the rain. And then they just vanished. And that's when the moment she became a timekeeper. Alright, let's just check this thing right here. So, initiate discussion. Procurement list Project Regulus. So, dragon tree resin compasses carved from the resin of dragon blood trees, serving as the activation stimulus of the Eastern Astrology Arcane skill on telescopes, used for navigation in extreme environments. So, procure dragon blood for dragon tree. Yeah, foolproof production. Obsidian crystals. Utilizing obsidian crystals can produce solar panels was a proposal by some arcanists at the time. Hiccups. The ingenious application of Aztec arcane skills significantly enhanced the efficiency of solar energy absorption. On-site collection of Popocatépetl volcano, along with lab-produced control samples. There's wide field camera, so that's what WFPC means. It's a wide field camera. Yes, negotiate astronomical spectrometer. Telescope is equipped with various size spectrometers, integrating both spectral and photographic functions. So it's a camera. High-speed photometer. Then there's space seeds. Not sure why it's not there. Certain arcane skills at the time. Regulus record. Now that's something I like to hear. The power source of the telescope, shrouded in complete mystery as the most enigmatic component of the apparatus. The owner has been identified. The entanglement of identical names brings inextricable fate into play. Though, unscientific, this must also be considered. So, somehow, Regulus might have been the key to open that satellite. Alright, let's go ahead and start with day 5, the day we set sail. Alright.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Oh yes, Constantine. Who is the mysterious president? I have to ask. Are we ever going to find out?
May the peace be with us.
Yes, can we figure out who he is?
May the peace be with us, my friend.
Constantine gives a slight nod as she peers into the shadows.
Xeno has been restored to its usual state. Aside from Igor's ardent supporters, the rest of the Xeno soldiers and officers were unaware of his betrayal. Just as we expected, Admiral Igor's funeral has been held as planned, one that befits his rank and status. All relevant personnel remained in South America for the ceremony, as per Xeno's funeral regulations. We're in the process of selecting a new admiral. I'll provide you with a candidate list shortly. Additionally, we've dispatched an investigative team to Tierra del Fuego to search for Igor.
Very well. What about the girl?
She pauses. Is it Nala or Lopera?
The girl. Are you referring to Lopera? Her emotions have stabilized, so we've decided to leave her in South America for the moment. Of course, she'll be put through the necessary investigations as circumstances dictate.
Keep a close eye on her. Oh, and that little singing bird?
Constantine takes a deep step closer, lowering her voice.
Xeno is quite upset about our decision regarding Miss Kimberly. They're insisting she undergoes a more thorough investigation. I feared that if we gave too much pushback, they would take a more extreme stance in response. So I agreed.
Those soldiers never budge.
Of course, Xeno agreed that the investigation would be done under the supervision of the Foundation. If nothing else comes up, she will be put into the Timekeeper's team and granted the same rights as the other members.
Good. Don't keep Verton waiting too long.
The Xeno piece has landed safely. The Constantine gives an eternal sigh of relief.
There's more. Madam Z has received word from the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper suspects Manus Vindictae is active again in Sydney Harbor. They're likely on board a cruise ship named Freebreeze. This would explain why our field investigators have been having difficulties with their tasks. Manus has covered their tracks carefully this time.
Where's the cruise bound for?
That's still unclear, sir. However, Moth just reported in confirming that the ship has passed the Oceania Islands.
An interesting development.
Indeed.
Constantine's tone carries an imperceptible trace of pride.
We're making excellent progress. That's good. Assign a new mission to Verdun.
You mean to send them on that cruise?
We can't keep her under our wing forever.
Understood.
The conference room falls silent once more. Amid the layered marble pillars, a flash of white flits past the window. A white dove lands on the president's hand and gently pecks at his palm.
What brings you all the way over here, old friend?
He lowers his head, allowing the bird to nuzzle his fingertips.
Oh.
The white dove takes wing, flitting away once more.
So, Laplace has requested the Foundation's assistance with the Artificial Storm Project?
Yes. Ulrich is overseeing the project and has requested as much asymmetrical nuclide R as we can spare. He's also requested our help in determining the most suitable location for the experiment. I have several in mind that should meet his needs.
Constantine involuntarily pauses for a moment.
The location closest to Laplace's Australian branch is on the sea. Right where the Freebreeze cruise ship happens to be.
I see where you're going.
Same here. That's why in that trailer, I guess Regulus will get her vacation all right on that cruise ship. Yeah.
However, I do have concerns about how this might disrupt our current plans against Manus Vindictae.
Regardless, Laplace will have our full support for the Artificial Storm Project.
Unexpected determination.
But Moth's status still remains unclear. If we proceed too hastily, we might jeopardize the situation.
Her fleeting hesitation catches the president's attention.
I thought you'd have foreseen something like this. A few pieces must be sacrificed. If you're to win the game, you know that better than anyone, don't you?
Is this also the Pax House's decision?
You have my word on it.
I see. I'll inform the Timekeeper and Ulrich of their missions.
Thank you. I look forward to their meeting.
We meet again, Timekeeper.
Pleasure's mine, Mr. Ulrich. I've heard good things about your work with Regulus.
Frankly, I was surprised by how selfless, passionate, and forward-looking she is. I'm truly grateful to have someone like her on my team.
The ferrofluid is remarkably stable. Clearly, this is a sincere statement. And she's surprised.
The situation on the Freebreeze is still unclear. We don't know how many Manus Vindictae followers might be on board. Our plan is to board the cruise as ordinary passengers. Regulus said she's made acquaintance with a crew member and has made sure to alter our profiles so we don't attract any unwanted attention.
That's good to hear. So Regulus didn't use her money for her own amusement after all.
I mean, that's supposed to be the first part of the plan. After muttering to himself, Ulrich returns to his task at hand.
We should stagger our boarding times. I'll reach out if I spot any signs of Manus Vindictae. Let's stay in touch. See you on board.
Ulrich gives her a reassuring pat on the shoulder.
Mr. Ulrich, we're more than happy to assist with your mission.
Oh, no. Please don't trouble yourself. Sorry, don't get me wrong. I'd appreciate your help were the circumstances different. But the experiment is still confidential. Please don't mention it to anyone. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary risks or interference. On the cruise ship, we are but strangers.
I see.
Don't you worry. I have a little disguise for myself too.
Are you sure about that? How are you gonna hide that big old fish tank on your head? I wonder. I'm serious, I wonder. Oh, there's 2 more things here. Alright, let's have a listen. All games must come to an end. Let's see, Regulus says, I'll miss you, Spatatia, Ursra, Miss Desert Flannel, and all of Australia too. But most of all, I'll miss my holidays. I'll miss you heaps. Come on over for a proper goodbye hug, friends. Couldn't ask for better mates. Alright, easy love. Hands off the hair. I've still got to head out and sell the last copies of Ulu's past unveiled and snacking tickets for dummies. Please take care, Captain. This apple hopes the issues in the optical laboratory will be dealt with by the time you return. This is all for the funding, chief mate. So, it looks like we have no choice but to say our farewells. No need to get too sentimental. You'll all be reunited soon enough. There are joint seminars hosted by Laplace all year round. Oh, really? That is good to know. Of course, all you need to do is download a form from Voice of Laplace, part of the forum, and hand it over to your team lead. After it's approved, HR will put you in the queue before... Oh, please, no. I don't want any of this bureaucratic rubbish ruining my farewell memories. Ha! Okay, say... What? I think it's better we part ways now. If we stay here hugging for too long, we might end up drawing a crowd. Okay. I guess conversations become conversations. And, what is this? Identity crisis. Regulus won first place in a rock pirate impersonation contest. God damn, I'm getting mumbled here. Now that's a natural challenge. What? Who? What? How? Captain. Miss Grace. She's the captain. Miss Barcarola, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't allow this lady to board the ship. Why not? All our guests have paid for their trip in full, and their professions and reasons are for boarding fully comply with the ship's regulations. Not everyone's profession meets the regulations. Let's take a look at Miss Regulus' self-introduction. An alchemist scholar from a renowned research institute, Laplace. A true heir to the spirit of rock. And a pirate who once dominated all the radio frequencies along the River Thames. Miss Barcarola, you might not know this, but back in the 60s, there was a pirate rocker who went by the very same name. She broadcasted illegally on the Thames, took pleasure in antagonizing illegal broadcasters and record labels, and it was eventually shut down by the government. Although the UK government's warrant against this pirate has been lifted, if this is the same person, inviting her aboard could affect the good reputation of the Free Breeze. I've met Miss Regulus myself, and there's no way she's the same person. She's far too young to have lived through the 60s. She could be a copycat. What if the mimics her idols' outrageous actions on the high seas? She wouldn't do such a thing. I'm surprised you'd be so quick to defend her. Don't you know that those pirate rockers made a mockery of true musicians like you? Why are you standing up for her? I've witnessed her passion for music firsthand. She's not mocking anyone. I'm not sure why she chose that name, but that's no reason to judge her so prematurely. If you're still worried, Captain, I promise to keep an eye on her. I'll make sure she doesn't get up to any mischief in the broadcast room, or anything else you're concerned about. If she does something that harms the good name of the Free Breeze, then you may throw me overboard along with her in my crackling box. Quite the fire from our star performer. Fine. If you're really willing to put that much trust in her, I won't press any further. And there's no need to worry about the broadcast room. I'm sure it'll be just fine. So, captain of the Free Breeze is Miss Grace, who is Venus Vindictae. Wow, okay. Okay then, so back here, we said our goodbyes to our friends here, and now it's time to go to number 6, as home fades. We're already on the cruise ship, and from what it looks like it, we were meeting with Barcarola, and I believe we're about to meet some of the tribespeople of the Nukutayao. Yeah. Okay. The main hall is packed with passengers. Their wine sways slightly, emitting an enchanting luster in the beautiful familiar melody. Girls weave their way carefully through the excited crowd, and like a school of nimble fish, the passengers nod politely to the girl at the front.
Miss Barcarola, at last you've graced us with your presence. Henry and I were just having a little wager on whether we'd see our musical star outside the spotlight. Looks like he'll be buying me the next round of whiskey, eh?
Well bet, signore. Allow me to pour you the first glass. How do you like your whiskey? On the rocks, perhaps?
Indeed. Thank you, my dear.
Over here, Mum! It's Miss Barcarola! Last time I saw her, she performed an entire symphony all by herself. She was the whole orchestra. I've never seen anything like it.
It's good to see you again, my little friend.
The woman beside her turns around and lovingly pats the boy on the head.
Miss Barcarola, what a pleasure. I've heard so much about you. My child hasn't stopped talking about you since you spoke to him about the didgeridoo at Sydney Harbour. He was so excited by it that he begged us to bring one on board.
How lovely! The didgeridoo truly is an enchanting instrument.
Not gonna lie, it really is.
It's so resonant, don't you think? It almost feels like it's echoing from the depths of the earth itself. I've actually been experimenting with playing it alongside my crackling box. It's a wonderful match with the tin whistle and kalimba, and I'm sure a number of other instruments too.
As she speaks, Barcarola's eyes sparkle with enthusiasm. The admiration surrounding her is so bright that it almost blinds the tourists standing nearby. Luckily, she's wearing sunglasses.
Looks like she's pretty popular too.
Yeah, she is, though. It is.
Two? Have you forgotten, Sinetto? You're also looking at a popular public figure yourself. One that had half of London hunting. Cheering for her.
I think she's bragging about herself.
Ah, the bittersweet burden of fame.
Oh, damn it. Not again. Their attention is quickly turned to a quiet corner of a ship. There is a group of people dressed in brightly colored clothes. Crowns made of leaves and flowers adorn their heads, and their bronze skin is glowing under the warm lights. They stand in a circle, occasionally glancing around, the shells in their chests clinking together melodiously.
That group over there seems unusually uptight.
Having absorbed all the adoration of the people around her, Barcarola makes her way over. She certainly wouldn't overlook the curiosity of any of her guests.
Oh, those are the captain's special guests. They're from one of the Oceania archipelagos. Nukutayao, I believe. They're probably just a bit nervous. I imagine they don't often find themselves among so many foreigners.
After handling the small matter at hand, Barcarola is hurriedly called away by distant echoes of the voices of the other guests.
Nukutayao. I read about it in a history of arcane ethnicity back in the SPDM. It's a remote place, and its people hold a special kind of shell at the center of their beliefs. They've rarely made contact with the outside world. It's often been described as a peaceful paradise. I also read that the Nukutai almost never leave their homeland. Why are they here?
That's a good question. Their hushed conversation clearly meets the ears of the nearby Nukutai. One young boy strides forward, his chest puffed up in indignation.
The Nukutai will never abandon our homeland. Just wait. We'll find our way back when the new era comes.
Ah, so I guess the manus they got caught to them, huh?
The new era.
though in a foreign accent. Does these words sound all too familiar?
Toa, that's enough. Tutu told us not to talk with outsiders.
An equally young girl stands protectively in front of the boy.
But someone had to tell them the truth.
I apologize. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I was just curious.
Well, next time, keep your mouth shut. What could you possibly know about the Nukutai?
The boy looks about ready to explode. Noticing the outburst, Barcarola breaks away from the other guests and hurries over.
Please, everyone, no fighting. I'm Barcarola, the musical director. Is there anything I can help you with? I'll do all I can to ensure everyone has a pleasant experience.
Before she can reach them, a crisp collision of shells stops Barcarola in her tracks.
What's going on? What do you want?
Her voice holds no restraint in its hostility.
Tutu! Alone, Toa, stay back! These outsiders can be dangerous.
Dangerous? Have you never heard of me before?
Fatutu looks Barcarola over, eyeing the peculiar wooden contraption by her side. Suppressing her curiosity about this unique object, she steadies her gaze once more.
Whoever you are, I ask that you leave us in peace.
Barcarola is lost in for words. Clearly, her status as a musical star has made her unaccustomed to such remarks. Ignoring the now flustered girl before her, Fatutu and the other Nukutai retreat back to their corner.
Tutu, think the tides you came. I wasn't sure what to do.
So are we going to take Miss Grace's offer or not? She promised it would bring our islands back.
Toa casts a fierce glare at Fatutu.
Enough, Toa. These outsiders don't need to know why we're here. And stop mentioning Miss Grace. It could draw unwanted attention.
But what's there to hide? There's no shame in wanting our home back. If we don't stand with Miss Grace, we'll lose Nukuteao forever.
I want to go home too. Probably more than anyone. I already miss Melly's red coral reefs, blue sea, and canoe races. We'll get through this, Toa. I promise we'll be neighbors again, picking breadfruit and coconut flowers together. But before we accept Miss Grace's offer, there's a few things that need to be made clear. And remember, none of these passengers are to blame for what happened to our home. Okay? But Miss Grace has offered us a way home. We'll have our islands back, just as they were. Our promised land.
We will go home, Sloane. Trust me. I just need to figure out a few things first. Starting with this wonderful new era she keeps talking about.
Okay, I think Miss Grace is slowly trying to get these Nukuteao tribe people to go to her side, like joining Manus Vindicte, yeah? Negotiations and stuff. And I think there's some are starting to have doubts, like Fatutu, you know? But there are some that just don't want to wait. They're going to join Miss Grace's Manus Vindicte or not.
You seem a little on edge, Chief Kamuda.
Kamuda is pacing back and forth in the cabin.
Miss Grace, how much longer do we have to wait for this new era to come? Many of our people have never left Nukuteao before. We're struggling to adjust. Some have even fallen sick. We can't stay adrift on the sea like this much longer. Our spirits are low. The shells of some of my people have begun to crack.
The markings. He lowers his head to the faintly glowing shells in his palm. They radiate warmth.
Not everyone is strong enough to endure this journey. Please, Miss Grace, you have to help us.
While it pains me to hear this, the journey must go on. You have nowhere to return to after all. We still have some space below deck. You can use it to store your people's bodies should they die.
Cold. Her gaze remains fixed on the crystalline shells on Kamuta's hand.
That's not exactly what we're asking for. Please show us another way. Help us like you did when you foresaw the destruction of Meli. I beg of you.
Grace tilts her head, a glimmer of intrigue on her face as she observes the pained expression on Kamuta's face.
I've already shown you a way, haven't I?
Does she want? A sudden pressure swells in his chest as a sticky black liquid silently drips onto his skin.
You mean joining the Manus?
Really?
But the Nukutai haven't had a conflict with anyone for centuries. That's why we hid ourselves away from the world. Difficult to persuade my people to do this. All we want is for our people to return to familiar soil, to feel our spirits at home. Nothing more.
But Meli is already gone.
Yes, but that doesn't mean we should take revenge on the outside world. It was an act of the sea itself. It would be unjust to blame anyone for it.
What about the torpedo test sites designated over Malaga and Vaipuna? Aren't there people who should answer for that?
It was probably just a mistake. The area they chose was far from the main islands of Nukuteao, and hardly anyone fishes there. They may not have realized that my people lived there.
And the oil spill? The wastewater discharge? Were all those fish killed by pollution also just an act of the sea?
Please, we're not looking for conflict.
Of course you're not. After all, they've only stolen everything you've ever held dear.
Her voice drops abruptly, her next words delivered with the lightness of a feather.
And arrogantly assumed every inch of this planet is theirs to exploit. War is inevitable, whether you want it or not, Nukutai.
She gently pushes the mask forward. Its dark presence is unavoidable.
But if you join us, you will have an invaluable ally. Time.
Grace glances at her pocket watch before slipping it lightly into her pocket.
The window is closing. The sifting is about to begin.
Both a prompt and a prophecy. The spirit shells around Kamuta's neck burn. They cling to his chest as they twist with ferocity.
Has it really come to this? To revenge?
His eyes flash up to the jagged mask on the table. Dark tendrils extend from it, groping at the air in a silent invitation. His spirit shells are almost scorching.
Oh no. It's quite the opposite. It's salvation.
This is odd. I think this is how she tries to coerce people into this. Like, make themselves doubt their way of life and try to give them a reason for them to do what they do. What they could have done. For people that lives in peace, you try to find a reason for them to go to war, to join the Manus, to join their cause, to spread their words, you know? So music or light, I'm not sure what it is. I guess we're about to hear the performance, I guess. I may or may not try to get things wrong or I get things right. I don't know. But I know that Grace is a master manipulator with words. I think. That's what I'm getting at. So the main hall is packed with people. Yet there is no music to be heard. A peculiar scene indeed. Fortunately, the guests didn't seem to mind. There is no stage in the world that offers a performance like this one.
Signora Regulus, as I'm sure you understand, there's a great deal of effort involved in creating a concerto. From the initial spark of inspiration, to the careful arrangement of the music, to the skill required to play it. The fact that any concerto has ever been performed at all is nothing short of a miracle.
Good water. Barcarola's tone is solemn, like a steadily intensifying march.
As musical director, it is my duty to select the perfect repertoire to bring delight to every listener. Then, the esteemed passengers of the Free Breeze can enjoy their dessert and wine with the finest musical accompaniment.
Oh, you can't be serious. Where's the fun in just sitting there and listening?
Oh no, are they having a musical debate? I believe they are.
I promise you, this lot have had more than enough lazy jazz and swooning piano to last a lifetime. We need to shake things up. Make this voyage the greatest of the century. How about some 60s rock? And wouldn't you know it, this visionary former captain has a record player right here with her.
She holds a stack of records high in the air.
All right, people, let me hear you cheer. Music is freedom. It should stir the soul anytime, anywhere.
Stop, Regulus! I'm the musicista here, not you!
I mean, she's not wrong. Regulus is more of a DJ than a musician. Barcarola's cheeks flush red. The audience claps, amused by the antics on stage. A small flower-adorned girl sits discreetly among them.
These outsiders seem so full of life. They're nothing like what Miss Grace described. Full of hatred and hostility.
The tutu remains alert, her eyes fixed on the stage.
This is my performance. If you really must share your music with us, then perhaps you should go to the captain and apply to be a cruise musician like me.
With all due respect, Miss Barcarola, the point I'm trying to make is that only a DJ knows what the crowd really wants.
Okay, she is a DJ. Before Barcarola can protest anymore, the cunning little lion presses the play button on the record player. God, my ear hurts. Ow. Oh no. In a moment, all the lights on the ship have gone out. Regulus had no idea her record player could produce such effects.
Huh?
Whoa, look at that, you were in the party.
Did I just shoot lightning bolts from my fingertips?
What?
Of course not.
Barcarola finally manages to wrest the microphone from Regulus' hand, but a far more pressing issue that the content of the concert now faces them. Amid the darkness, discontent quickly arises.
Verdammt! Who's stepping on my brand new leather shoes? Will you please watch yourself?
I was just about to say the same thing. Just let go of my jacket, moron!
Could you all keep it down? I'm going deaf here. Oh no, my wine! And the cheese platter!
The clamor of irritated voices quickly fills the space.
This could turn to total chaos before long. No, I can't let that happen. I must go check on the master switch.
Barcarola pushes through the crowd as she carves a path to the power room.
Hey! Miss Barcarola!
Damn it, Regulus.
Please let me through, Signora Elizabeth.
Unfortunately, the guests can't tell a musician from a mechanic through the darkness.
Barcarola, where are you going? Let me give you a hand.
You've done enough damage. Alright, so what are we fighting? More crowds, maybe.
Let the overture begin.
I guess we're about to face a bunch of drunkards, hey. Yeah. Where are these guys? Cruise passengers? Okay, we're just fighting guests then.
Saxophones and a bandura?
For everyone.
As you wish.
Reading.
I dedicate this song to you.
Okay. They're really getting drunk here.
Listen up.
have any requests?
For everyone.
Sending down signals
Listen
from
to the
above.
melodies of wind and waves.
Okay.
Saxophone. Woohoo! Psycho! My next performance, bubbles bursting. Please enjoy.
Don't act surprised. It's just another day on the...
Come on! There aren't as many of them this way.
Unbelievable. It's like you're an escape artist or something.
Yeah, she has a lot of escapades. Escapades a lot.
I'll, take that as a compliment.
Because she's a rebel.
It is a compliment. Thank you so much, Senora Regulus.
A narrow path appears, and Barcarola ceremoniously pushes forward with all her might. But it seems the surprise for today are far from coming to an end. What is going on? A faint light flickers across Barcarola's vision, then quickly falls to the ground.
What was that?
Is it who I think it is? A lantern. A piece of rough bark, twisted into a shape of a lampshade, with a compass-like root burning warmly inside, shines through the darkness.
Tutu, are you okay?
I'm fine. How's the Sea Mother's eye?
Solid as ever, of course. It takes more than a few knocks to damage Nukutai craftsmanship.
I knew getting too close to those oafs would bring trouble.
Oafs? Are you calling me stupid?
Before the situation can escalate any further, Barcarola picks up the oddly shaped lamp. She is quickly basked in its glow.
What's this?
What did I say? Of course you have no idea what this is.
We form palm bark into lampshades about the size of a coconut, then tie fat-soaked compass grass inside. We call it Sea Mother's eye. Every Nukutai knows how to make one.
They're way better than those noisy, buzzing light bulbs. Wait, why are we even telling her this?
Shh.
Before he could say another word, Fatutu hastily pulls Toa aside.
We need to lower their guard.
Huh?
What? Toa's eyes Fatutu suspiciously.
So that we can earn their trust. If we don't understand our enemies, how can we help Miss Grace with her mission and rebuild our home?
Oh.
Besides, we can't just leave them to shout and run around. It'll disturb our people's rest.
Toa finally breathes a sigh of relief.
Trust me, that girl will thank us for this later. And then we can get all the information we need from her.
Then we should make more Sea Mother's eyes and hand them out to the outsiders.
Now you've got it. By the waves, Tutu, you really are clever. No wonder the elders always listen to you.
Despite this praise, Fatutu turns away, a quiet look of doubt on her face.
Is this really the right thing to do?
Regardless, the sound of bark scraping glows as her people get to work. One by one, the Sea Mother's eyes light up. They are passed through rough and soft hands alike, illuminating bronze skin, flax-colored irises, and chestnut hair. As the warm lights make their way through the crowd, the clamor subsides. No more panic flash-outs, no more arguments, and only a unique harmony. I'm trying to read them fast, okay?
What peculiar little things. Reminds me of my days on the fishing boat. I always loved spotting the lighthouse on our way back. These look just like it.
The craftsmanship is remarkable. You'd be hard-pressed to find something of this standard in a factory these days.
They remind me of the things my grandma and I used to make when I was little.
Alright, so, yeah, we got temporary light here, but look at this. It's a good picture here.
She could even carve a whistle out of a parsnip.
They're sharing food and stories, just like we do on bonfire nights.
Fatutu glances at her fellow Nukutai. relived memories and longing are etched into their faces.
I'm getting more and more confused by Miss Grace's words.
The guests lean on one another, chatting happily under the warm glow of the lamps.
Miss Barcarola?
The timid voice of a child reaches Barcarola's ears.
I want to go home.
The scene before her is a mess. This is certainly no time for a symphony performance. Among the crowd, she sees Regulus shaking her head.
Is this one of the changes I must make to truly embrace music?
A single note drifts from her crackling box. Then a harmonious melody of joyful, lively, and contrasting sounds.
Whoa!
The joy illuminated by the lamps, the guests start to clap along.
Attention passengers. The Free Breeze is currently experiencing a power outage due to a fuse blown by a cargo leak in the lower deck. We ask that everyone remain calm. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. To make your wait more comfortable, we'll be offering unlimited ice cream shortly.
Yay.
Additionally, since we're approaching the habitat of the series, we're expecting an increase in turbulence and noise as we work to ward them off. We appreciate your understanding.
And the lights are back on. The hall brightens again, and the guests bid one after another farewell, the lamps still tightly held in their hands. Barcarola exhales deeply as Regulus approaches her, a smug look on her face.
See? What did I tell you? Music works wonders. Anytime, anywhere.
You were right, Signora Regulus.
You owe me one now. So, how about a little reciprocity?
She rubs her fingers together mischievously. Where's the money?
Say, letting me have a rock session on the ship?
Do you promise you won't cause any trouble?
Cross my heart.
And she has crossed her fingers behind her back. She will be mischievous.
All right, you can do it. But...
Woohoo!
Permission granted. Regulus doesn't wait to hear her extra condition. She's already dashed off, speaking as she goes.
Don't forget to thank the girl who made the lamp.
As if I need you to remind me. I'll have you know I was just about to head over to her.
Barcarola gently paces over to the darkened corner that has become the gathering place of the Nukutai.
Tutu was right. The stupid girl's back.
Hey, she's not stupid. You're the one stupid.
Shh. Huh? I must say, I don't appreciate being called an oaf or stupid. But I would like to thank you for your help back there.
What?
On behalf of the whole crew, you have our respect.
Oh. What do we do now? Tutu never said they'd be so friendly.
The bewildered islanders exchange glances.
Tutu? Where did she go?
Good question. Indeed, a good question. Ha 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 ha. Let me see. Alright, as the saying goes, I will be doing 8 parts in each event. Maybe. Who knows, right? Alright, to an old song at sea, and it looks like a fight is about to begin, and it looks like we might be in the Okay, we're I don't know. I forgot. I don't know boat things. Security room there? Probably the where we steer the ship. My hands are stiff.
I've learned so much about the outside world since I boarded this ship. So, why do I feel even more confused?
I don't blame you.
I trust my people. They're good and kind, and they've never lied to me. You just have to look at their spirit shells to see it. The songs and dances of Melly nourish the shells, and the purity of my people's souls color their surface in the most beautiful patterns. And Miss Grace, she's been good to us too.
I mean, she's okay. She's really mysterious. I know that for sure. But at the end of the day, she's still Manus Vindictae. She wants them to choose Manus Vindictae themselves. She ain't manipulating them. She ain't coercing them.
She warned us about the destruction of Melly, saving us from the flood, and she showed us the world as it really is. She even wants us to be part of her plan. Our ancestral shells have also told us how terrible the world outside is. That it's a place with Sanguma witches, Nakarua serpents, and all kinds of other beasts. But
yeah. Those scenes replay again and again in her mind. She's starting to have doubts. The casual conversations, the warm smiles, and the glowing lamps in their hands.
But now I'm here, on this ship full of outsiders. And I feel that they're just like us.
Past and present blur together as Fatutu searches her memories, leaving her dizzy and overwhelmed. In her days, she has wandered into another part of the ship. It isn't until a voice snaps her out of her thoughts that she realizes where she is.
Hello, young lady. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Oh wait, helmsman. She's at the helm.
Don't just stand there. Come on in.
Sorry. I didn't even realize where I was going.
One helmsman gives her a hearty pat on the shoulder.
No need to apologize, my dear. You are more than welcome. You saved us old folks from sitting here in silence till we reach shore.
Charlie's just happy to have someone new to tell his stories to.
I bet Esam will jump at the chance to show off how he drives off those series too.
Series? I've heard they're a real headache for passing ships, but I've never seen one with my own eyes.
The Tutu curiously peers out the window. A strange yet familiar hum fills the air. Sounds like my stomach.
Well, this young lady knows a thing or two about the sea.
How about you give us a hand, eh?
He extends a rough hand to her. But Tutu takes a hasty step back, but the hand remains warmly held out before her. She has seen many hands like this before. Calloused, working hands, like those of Grandma Penu, Uncle Tarek, Grandpa Natano, and many of the other Nukutai. There's something comforting in its familiarity.
Me? I'm not sure I know how to...
Don't worry, it's almost too easy.
These series are afraid of loud noises, and the Free Breeze has plenty of speakers on board. The sea is with us today. Of course it is. For how long we've sailed its waves, why wouldn't it be?
The helmsmen exchange a few winks and shoulder pats. This is a clear camaraderie between them. They roll up their sleeves as they prepare for their performance.
Get ready, folks! Port the helm!
She's getting to experience the friendly camaraderie here. But I think Grace's involvement might change that, to be honest.
Party in the sky and on the air.
Oh look, those are Siriuses? They look like a mix of a manta ray and something with horns. Wow. All right.
Trail's still going.
Listen up.
The trail was all too obvious. Don't mess with Texas.
Unbreakable.
I'm
Do you
gonna
have
test
any
it.
requests? Shotgun! Listen up. Listen to the melodies of wind and waves. What about the racket you made?
Wait, I'm gonna go after this guy because I don't know why, but that's probably a clone. Maybe.
Saxophones and listen up. Listen up. I dedicate this song to you. Stars light the way. This is a breach of Free Breeze passenger etiquette.
Let's see. Let's see. Quartet. Self. Quartet Senus. Let's go with.
Woohoo! Saxophones and a bandura. Now for the crescendo with fortissimo tutti. Shotgun! Please, listen.
Alright, so you gotta get rid of the clone though.
My permission. Woohoo! Listen up. That's a sound for a new era.
Alright. To get rid of the boss.
Great.
To get rid of the boss, in order to get rid of the freaking clone. Otherwise, you keep attacking the clone, which is weaker, but it still keeps on coming until the boss is defeated. Wow.
Course 270, hard starboard. Slow down to 5 knots. Watch the bow wave. Turn on the speakers. Time to chase off some sea monsters.
The seasoned navigator issues a steady flow of instructions. The cruise ship slowly turns, skillfully avoiding the reach of the sea monster's tentacles.
Signorina?
He gives Fatutu a harmonica and asks if she can play it.
No.
Don't worry. Anything you play, will do. Can't be worse than what Essam has to offer.
I can hear you, you know.
The sailors joke and jostle as they clamor for their respective instruments.
I grieve to leave my native home. I grieve to leave my comrades all.
Yeah, that's sweet. She's joining a sea shanty like that. Well, oh my god, there's a lot of them. I just saw them in the background. They burst into a song.
Come on, join in.
The harmonica finds its way to her lips. Melodious music, off-key yet heartfelt, drifts out toward the sea. This is just like those nights by the bonfire Millie.
But a poor simple sailor just like me must be tossed and turned in the deep dark sea. Farewell to Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and dreary be. For when I'm far away on the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me?
I'm liking this chapter. I'm liking this event. One nameless she shanty after another tears through the fog, with lights shimmering on the sea surface like embers after a festival bonfire. Realization strikes her. She finally understands her role.
Miss Grace.
The outside world is indeed full of dangers, but there is less to fear than you think. I'll help you through it.
Advice and reassurances echo in her mind. She suddenly feels weak.
What am I doing? Sorry, I have to go.
She scurries off.
I don't understand. Why are they so nice? This is nothing like the stories.
Her questions hang in the air, and so too does a knuckle at the door. Is she at the captain's cabin?
Come in.
Captain's cabin. I got it backwards. Yep, the guest room. Or I'm not sure if the captain's cabin.
Timekeeper, I hope you didn't have too much difficulty during the power outage.
Not at all, Sonato. It actually gave me the opportunity to try out X's latest invention, the bouncing bulb. It's very interesting. A little draining, though.
Would you like to try out one of these, then?
Aw.
Did you make this, Sonato?
I did. Miss Saloni from Nukuteo taught me how to make it. It's called a sea mother's eye. She told me every household in Meli lights them during storms to help guide those at sea safely home. She said, with this, no one will ever be lost in the dark.
How sweet of her.
Thank you, Sonato. And what a lovely saying.
Sonato breathes a sigh of relief, but her eyes remain fixed on the sea mother's eye.
After this mission, we should be able to apply for a field investigation in Italy.
Italy?
Her homeland.
Thank you, Timekeeper.
Sonato is unable to hide her delight.
But let's focus on this mission first. May I borrow your communicator? There's something I need to verify.
Of course.
Connecting to Madam Z of the St. Pavlov Foundation. The person you're trying to reach is currently unavailable due to communication interference. Please leave a message after the beep.
Huh?
Uh-huh. Signal jammer, maybe?
Just as I suspected. Communications are blocked. Someone's jamming the signal.
Do you think it's Manus Vindictae?
It's possible. The flyer proved that this ship has some kind of association with them. We need to stay vigilant.
Regulus should know about this. I'll go find her.
A heart-wrenching scream echoes from afar, reverberating through the halls of... What? Oh no, Regulus.
Regulus.
What happened? What happened? What's going on? They hurry over to the source of the scream.
Regulus, are you alright?
Sonato stops in her tracks. The scene before her is all too familiar, for it has played out countless times at the LSCC. Oh shit.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh no. Is that a record? And this is going to be the all too familiar scene because we probably know what happens next. Ignoring the fact that Regulus just dropped her sunglasses, Ulrich calmly pours coffee into his energy intake.
Mr. Ulrich? What are you doing here?
The ferrofluid swirls in distorted arc.
Good day, Timekeeper, Researcher Regulus, Miss Sonato.
This really the disguise you went with?
I mean, you're not really hiding the fact that you are a fish bowl, and your tag is exposed.
Wait a minute. Vertin, did you know he'd be here? Listen, there's no way I'm paying for even half an extra ticket. In fact, he should be paying for me.
Wow. Okay.
Well, this might take a while to explain.
Yep. Especially for Regulus. Unfortunately for me, this might be the end of this video already. So let's take a look at this thing and move on. So, last second scramble. Let's read this for a bit. So, Encyclopedia of Nautical Lore, Sea Monster Edition. The series. Common names, Big Tooth Ray, Anchorfish, Deep Bass Disc, Hammerhead Ray. Back home, we call this thing a sea bat. That's not right. Sea bats are a different species and they definitely don't smash your portholes at night. Classification is a subclass aquatic primal critter. Order Oceanic, family ray form, genus flying ray. In my opinion, it should be classified as a bird. Why would it be classified as a bird? Distinctive features are broad wings, long tail, pair of clawed fins, and a curved ivory white fangs. Hey, I just thought of a business idea. Could we pass these fangs off as ivory? Saris typically live in the groups and feed on large fish, seabirds, and drifting debris. While they may look similar to Olitiao, their behavior couldn't be more different. While Olitiaos are generally non-aggressive, Saris are known for their fondness for challenging creatures larger than themselves, including sperm whales, baleen whales, megalodon sharks, they exist, and passing ships. Sometimes they even mistake protruding rocky outcrops and coral reefs for foes. When a Ceres spots a ship, it leaps from the water, attacking the vessel with its sharp wings and calling upon its companions. They seem to have a competitive nature. Each Ceres strives to soar higher and leave deeper marks on its target. Stay away from the windows, you may never know how deep their wings can slice. Despite their numbers, Ceres communicate through a single method, sound. They can produce a wide range of calls within the 180 Hz frequency range, ideal for underwater communication. They can sense both each other's vibrations through their wing membranes. The best way to deal with the Ceres is to disrupt their hearing. Shouts, bangs, and music can confuse them, while enough volume can physically irritate their auditory systems, causing them to flee in discomfort. Now that's more like it. My former captains tried using anti-Olitiao measures against them, which is why he's my former captain, because he died. Okay, so unfortunately for me, that is the end of the video for now. Like I said, I may just do 8 parts in each event because, as you can take a look at this, there are 23 chapters or 23 parts in this event. So, I'm going to end this video a bit here. So, thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give this video a like or dislike. And if you are new to the channel, and if you enjoyed my narration, my commentary, me reading these things if there are no voicing, dialogue, any games in general I do, horror games, or be it gacha games like Reverse 1999, Genshin, Sense of the Zone Zero, be sure to click the subscribe button and the like button as well to support my channel. And as well, if you really did enjoy, it'd be an honor. I'd be honored if you just come to my channel, check my videos out, like them if you enjoyed them, comment on any of them, you see if you have any thoughts on them. Enjoy watching my videos. It's something I like to hear from you guys. And this might be a 2-hour video. Holy hell. So, until next time, we will be going to Chapter 9, or Part 9, Science Saloon. And we will see what the hell is going to transpire when we meet Ulrich again. Or at least, what is Ulrich even doing with the record. So, as always, thank you for watching. And I will see you guys in another video. So, peace out. And have a awesome day.